Ryan, tough decision in the end to call it a day and head home?
I wouldn't say it's that tough.
Right.
You know, I'm 34 in October. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to have played first grade for a long time, and you know, an opportunity's come up back home that was pretty good for me, and so you know, I've decided to hang them up. And was it a tough decision? A little bit, but you know, I think this is the right decision, so I'm very content with it.
Obviously, sorry, with what Simon's doing here, the results have shown that the club's going places. Was that maybe the only thing swaying you the other way, that it looks like there's something special happening here? Yeah, there was definitely a fair bit of that. You know, the job that Simon and Mark Andrews have been able to do since they've come in has been great, and I honestly feel that, you know, in the next couple of years that this team can really do something. And yeah, I wanted to be a part of that, but you know, the longer things went on, and like I said, there's an opportunity that's popped up back home in Australia, and I just thought for me and for myself and my family going forward that this is a good transition for me into retirement. And yeah, but I believe the club, you know, is in very good hands, and I know Simon's doing a really good job. What are you doing back home? What's the opportunity? I've taken up a coaching role with my former club for next season, with the Melbourne Storm, so yeah, I'll be heading back there and starting there in early November.
So, did you always want to be a coach? Or?
Yeah, I sort of, you know, I've trained full time for 17 years, so this is sort of all I've ever done since I was 17 years old, and you know, I played rugby league since I was 4 years old. You know, as being a kid growing up in the bush in regional New South Wales, and you know, it just seemed like something that was a natural fit, and you know, I'm going to go and try my hand at it, and you know, I'm excited at that. I know I've got a lot to learn. I'll be very green, but you know, I'm excited for the opportunity to learn and get started.
What have you learnt off Simon? Pretend he's not here.
Yeah, I've learned a fair bit. Yeah, obviously he come in with the club was in some trouble. We hadn't been doing too well. You know, I've been through a few coaches since I've been here. Simon's approach was a little bit different. You know, he come in and just wanted to make sure to teach the boys how to play rugby league, to, you know, give us a system that everyone was accountable in, and to, you know, bring a fair bit more intensity to our training, what we were doing on the field. And I think that's a big thing. You know, what happens on the training field, you know, translates to on the playing field when it counts. And you know, Simon's been a really big driver of that since we got in. I think all the players understand now that that's what it takes to be successful.
I guess you've sort of almost run out of time. Do you just wish he'd come earlier or at the start of the season?
You know, that would have been nice, because I tell you, you know, playing rugby league's about winning, isn't it? You know, we're all here to win. That's what we want to do. And over the last 3 months, we've been able to win a fair few games, and that's been really enjoyable. You know, the first couple of years was a little bit hard, but you know, in saying that, you know, when things are hard, you learn things about yourself, and you know, I don't look back at that, and I wish we had been able to win a few more games, but you know, I'm happy with how it's all gone, and you know, I've been able to, you know, have a good back end of my last season, and you know, I'm very grateful for that.
How will you look back on the whole 3-year experience in England? Because obviously you came to win trophies. It hasn't quite worked out on the field, but in terms of the whole England experience, enjoyed it?
I've really enjoyed it. You know, brought my family over, and my wife, 2 kids, and we've had a great time. Really enjoyed the English lifestyle. You know, don't take things too seriously. They know how to have a good time. You know, so yeah, I've had a great time. Been able to travel around and see a fair bit of the world whilst we've been here. So you know, look, you know, since I made this decision, I've been reflecting on things a fair bit, and you know, I'll leave with a lot of good memories. I've met a lot of good people, a lot of good relationships formed, and yeah, I'll look back very fondly of my time here, that's for sure.
Simon, did you try and twist his arm and convince him to go around for one more year, or once his mind was made up, was that it?
Yeah, we've been talking for quite a while. We're certainly working towards keeping Hinchy. I think, you know, he could have went around again, no problem at all. I think this year he's played some, well, certainly since I've been, he's been one of our most consistent players. So, you know, I would have liked Hinchy to stay, but obviously it's a great opportunity for him, and he can't play forever, and he had to weigh up, you know, going back to, you know, arguably the best rugby league team in the world. You know, as far as learning your craft as a coach, there's not a better team to go to. So you know, he's you know, he's earned the right to go back there. He obviously did a lot of good things at the Storm, and a real leader. I've known Hinchy for a long time. We're from the same part of New South Wales. He came to the Raiders as a young kid, and you can see from his early days that he was a real leader and a real professional. He's achieved a lot in the game purely through hard work and attitude. And you know, if we had a few more Hinchies in our team here, we'd be winning more games than we'd lose. That's for sure. So some people are just born leaders, and Hinchy's one of them. And like I said, he's a real professional, and we're going to miss him next year. There's no doubt about that.
You just mentioned the word leader a few times there. Is that the thing about him that will be hardest to find in a replacement, that experience and that leadership that he brings?
Yeah, look. Some guys over time develop leadership, but some guys are born leaders, and I think Hinchy's one of those guys. You know, and he knows the game well. He's very intelligent. He's going to be a good coach, but you know, he's just one of those guys that does the right thing all the time, says all the right things, but more importantly, leads with his actions too. So, like I said, if we can have more of those in our squad, we're going to, like Hinchy said, you know, we're going to be successful in the next couple of years.
Obviously, like you say, you've been talking for a while, and I don't know when the final decision was made, but now we know Hinchy is going home. Does this mean there's obviously a bit of room for you guys to maybe sign another player, bring another replacement in?
No, I'm not too sure. Like, you know, money, import-wise, he obviously opens up a spot, but money-wise, it's pretty tight. So I'm not too sure if we'll be able to replace him or not. We've got 3 or 4 good kids coming up from the academy that will join our squad full-time next year. We've got a couple of guys that have been on loan this year, Tyler Dickinson, those sort of guys. So I think we're going to more so have to rely on those sort of guys to come through.
How do you look upon Friday's trip to Warrington? Obviously, if you got the result last week, it would have been a huge game. Now it almost feels like, well, it's do or die, isn't it, really?
Yeah, look, we just need to bounce back from last week. You know, the way we performed in that second half wasn't really us. It wasn't the team that, you know, has performed so well over the last 3 or 4 months. We got put under a little bit of pressure there in the second half, and we didn't handle it. So it's all about just bouncing back this week and putting in a good performance. We're not talking about the top 4 anymore. I mean, we weren't really to begin with. We were just concentrating on winning as many games as we could. Last week, you know, it's obviously a game we needed to win. We didn't. So this week it's just more about, you know, getting back on the training paddock, preparing well, and making sure, you know, we put a few wrongs right from last Friday night.
Does that put pressure on you this week, or is it almost a freedom to play because you know it's almost out of your grasp now?
I think the guys should play with a little bit more freedom this week. I mean, we've been playing must-win games for 3 months now, and we've done really well to be able to win as many as we have. You know, obviously there was going to come a time where we lost. It was just disappointing the way we did lose last week. Not so much the fact we lost, but the way we lost was the disappointing thing. So, you know, we talked about it after the game about making, you know, good teams bounce back from these sort of performances, and we need to make sure we do that. So we've got our main training run today, and we'll be ready to play well Friday night.
It's not completely out of reach, though, is it?
Well, it's not. But realistically, it's going to be. It's a tough mountain to climb. I mean, we've got Warrington this week. We've got Wigan, who are playing well, the week after. We've still got to play Cass, and then we've got to go to France to play the Catalans. So, you know, they'll be sober by then. So that's going to be a tough trip. So we got a tough run home, and you know, even if we were to win all of them, we still need Warrington to lose 3. Yeah. So it's very tough. We're certainly not throwing the towel in. We're going to be trying hard to win every game, but you know, the top 4's, you know, probably a little bit too far out of reach now.
And who will you have back? Is McIntosh is definitely out?
Yeah, Darnell's played his last game for us. Murphy may miss this week. We've actually got a couple of guys busted from the game last week. We've gone from having 2 guys not available for selection to probably 5 or 6 this week. So we'll get through training today and settle on our team tomorrow.
Who are the other doubts?
Well, Murphy, McGilvray, McIntosh, Ferguson's in doubt still. He didn't play last week, but he's still struggling a little bit. So yeah, there's 4 or 5 there that are probably unlikely to play. But like I said, we'll get through training today, and we'll make some decisions tomorrow.
You've not actually played Warrington yet, have you?
No, not since I got here. But we actually beat them early in the year. So you look, they were disappointing in the Challenge Cup, but they bounced back well against Hull. So you look, they're a top 4 team, and they're there for a reason. They're a pretty good team, and we've got to go there and play them in their own backyard. So it's going to be a tough assignment for us, but I'm hopeful that we're going to bounce back from last Friday.
Do you know Steve Price?
Yeah, I know Pricey. played my last couple of years at the Dragons. He was coach coming through the ranks there then, so I know him well enough. Yep.
Spoken to him this week?
No, I won't talk to him before the game. If we win, I'll talk to him after the game. If we don't, I won't talk to him at all.
He was obviously very well thought of in Australia. No surprise, I imagine, to see him doing well in charge of his own side over here in England.
Yeah, well, look, he was fortunate enough to do some of his apprenticeship under Wayne Bennett, and Wayne left, and he took over the Dragons for a couple of years, and you know, obviously he was given a squad there that Wayne left, and he struggled a little bit and only lasted there a couple of years, but I'm sure he learned a lot out of that, and he's gone and coached at the Sharks since, and they've won a competition, so he's certainly a capable coach, no doubt about it, and he's had Warrington doing well for the majority of the year. He's got him to a Challenge Cup final, so he's obviously doing a lot well, but you know, we'll see how we go.
Right, and you've only got one more home game left with the Giants. How much are you looking forward to that game for the John Smith Stadium?
Yeah, it'll be good. A bit sad that I won't be able to, run out on the John Smiths anymore. But like I said, all good things come to an end. But hopefully, I can, go out and put in one last good performance in front of the home fans who have been great to me since I've arrived. And yeah, it's something that I'm looking forward to.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
thank you.